Hi, sweeties. I've got some unexpected air fryer hacks for you. These innovative uses demonstrate the versatility of an air fryer beyond the traditional, making it a valuable tool for a wide range of cooking and preparation techniques. Let's get into it, but first, please subscribe to Sweet Savant. Hit that thumbs up, that notification bell. Now let's get into these unexpected air fryer techniques. So we have a variety of different types of air fryers. We have the more traditional drawer style air fryer. This is the Tabitha Brown 8-quart air fryer available at Target. And we have the Ninja air fryer oven I purchased on Amazon. And then we have the Medea dual drawer and oven. So it's a double decker air fryer drawer and oven, which I did a collaboration with Medea about this. The information for all of these appliances will be in the description box if you want to learn more. In this case, the egg came first, so we're going to hard cook some eggs in our air fryer. Hard boiled eggs, hard cooked eggs are so simple to make. 250 degrees for 12 to 15 minutes, depending on how you like your egg cooked, how you like that yolk done. Have some ice water ready for when they are finished. Crack the shell a little bit and plunge it into ice water to cool it down. And look at that. After 12 minutes, we have a nice jammy yolk at 250 degrees. And since all air fryers are different, your results may vary, so you'll have to work it out. And that's 15 minutes for a more hard cooked. And now for the chicken, we're going to make crispy skin chicken, no flour, no oil. And these chicken thighs, this is how we did it. We're going to trim off the excess fat from these chicken thighs, and then we're going to pierce a bit of space, a gap right on either side of the bone. And that does two things. It helps the seasoning to sink in, and it helps to cook faster. We're going to pat the excess moisture off of those chicken thighs on both sides, and then we're going to get to seasoning with kosher salt, paprika, granulated garlic, lemon pepper. You might want to just pause there and see the whole list of our seasoning blend. And we're going to sprinkle both sides with that seasoning mix. Make sure it gets down into that crevice that we created near the bone. And then when we flip it over, we're going to season under the skin as well as on top of the skin and get it all rubbed in, because we love to have highly seasoned food around here. So get that seasoning on and rub it in. And then for the trick, the secret ingredient is baking powder. That's right, a little baking powder, just about a half teaspoon for these 4 chicken thighs. And we're going to rub it into the skin side only. And then, since we have our air fryer going, we're using that double-decker air fryer with the drawer on the bottom, the oven on the bottom, and the drawer on the top. We're going to make some sweet potato wedges, season them up, and you can pause it on that seasoning list. But it was white pepper, ginger, garlic, and salt, and drizzle that with a little bit of oil. We're going to pop that into the bottom tray of this Medea air fryer at 375 degrees for about 18 to 20 minutes. We'll load that up, and then we will get our chicken going. And honestly, for this, I don't even preheat the air fryer for those chicken thighs. I just pop them right in. You can preheat if you want, but I find that when you don't preheat it and you start that air fryer off kind of cold with the skin side down, it renders out some of that fat more effectively and gives you much crispier skin. So skin side down in that air fryer drawer. Try to leave a little bit of space in between those chicken thighs for the hot air to circulate. Now we're going to let that go for about 12 minutes on one side, and then we'll flip it over and do another 12 minutes on the other side. We'll turn over those sweet potato wedges, and we can see there's some nice color developing on them already. Sweet potatoes don't take very long to cook when they're cut into these wedges. So they cook right pretty much about the same time as our chicken thighs. And now we'll give those a flip as well and let them continue to cook and crisp up on that skin side. I like to cook my chicken thighs to an internal temperature of 170 degrees so they are fully done and very tender. My goodness, look at that. That skin has bubbled up and blistered, and that is due to that baking powder. And our sweet potato wedges are ready as well. So let's grab a plate and get dinner on the table. And look how that skin bubbled up like chicken cracklings. That's amazing. And the chicken inside was moist and juicy. I will call that a win. And now let's move on to dehydrating pineapple. You have to be very careful when you're using these mandolin slicers, but you want to make very thin slices of pineapple, and we're going to dehydrate them. I'm using the Ninja Dual Heat SP301 oven. This is now discontinued, unfortunately, because I love this air fryer oven, but they have a newer, similar model that's coming out real soon. But you can use those dehydrated pineapples to decorate your cakes, your cupcakes. Ooh, so pretty, and all natural, all edible garnish. Many air fryers and air fryer ovens have a dehydration setting, so you can try this, but you may have to adjust the time and temperature. You can dehydrate all kinds of fruit for your cocktails, your mocktail garnishes. Apples work great as well, and they make a fantastic, healthy snack. Let's make the crispiest tofu in an air fryer. And we're going to start with extra firm tofu, and we're going to break that into bits, about 1-inch pieces. You want them to be sort of jagged and irregular because I think that helps make it even more crispy. And we're not going to press our tofu. No, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to boil this tofu in salted water, and that helps to season our tofu from the inside, and it helps to remove some moisture. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but if you simmer that tofu on a very low heat and then pat it dry, let it drain on some paper towels, it turns out super, super crispy. We're also going to mix up a seasoning blend and season this tofu. And again, it already has salt on it, so you want to watch any additional salt that you add. But we're also adding a little bit of cornstarch to our seasoning blend, and that's going to help it get nice and crispy as well. So we'll coat it well with the seasoning and the cornstarch, and then spray a little bit of oil on it so that it's nicely coated. And into our air fryer, we're using the Tabitha Brown air fryer for this one. It's got a nice wide basket. And one of the reasons I like the drawer style air fryer for this is that you can really toss it around and get all the sides nice and crunchy. So about halfway through cooking, you're going to toss it around. It also has a window so you can keep track of what your food looks like during cooking without having to open that drawer. And that's it. It's really pretty simple. And you get a nice crispy tofu that you can add to your rice bowls or your salads. And listen for the crunch. We'll do a little crunch test. And I mean, it looks like a chicken nugget almost, doesn't it? It's well seasoned and super crispy. Another unexpected trick for your air fryer is to toast up those nuts just like you're flying first class. That's right. These mixed nuts have already been salted, so I'm just going to add some fresh rosemary and a little bit of olive oil, and we're going to toast them up on low heat just to warm them through without burning. Toss them around a little bit if you like, and they are a super addition to your charcuterie tray or just to snack on its own. Zucchini chips are a tasty snack. Oh, sorry, that zucchini just rolled right into the camera. They're a tasty snack and healthy. We're not deep frying, we are air frying. We salt it just to draw out some moisture and then use this fish fry breading. This is from Kaivan, one of my favorite brands, a small family-owned brand here in Georgia, but they ship nationally. I'll have the spray a little oil on both sides and then pop it into the air fryer oven. And that air fryer oven lets you bake a whole bunch of them in one go, more than you would get if you were putting it into like the traditional basket style air fryer. And if you spray both sides, you don't really even have to turn it. You know, they can get really delicate and the breading can fall off if you handle it too much. So we want to handle it as little as possible and make these delicious zucchini chips. Oh, these are a huge hit around this house. Wondering what to do with all those herbs you grew out in your garden this year? Well, it's time to dry some for your own seasoning blends. I picked some fresh thyme and washed them and then dehydrated them in the Ninja oven. And look at that. The thyme leaves, they just kind of fall off the stem. And then you can put it in your own spice container and have them for all winter long. Next up, you can use your air fryer to roast large vegetables. I'm roasting spaghetti squash. Using the Tabitha Brown air fryer because it's got a large capacity drawer, and you want to make sure it's about a 3-pound spaghetti squash so it will fit. And then I topped it with some sausage and peppers. So delicious. And now we're making a nice puff pastry tart with some fresh zucchini in the air fryer oven. This is a great appetizer for parties, or it's a great lunch or dinner with a salad. You want to take your puff pastry and put it on a sheet of parchment paper, not the paper that comes with it, because that's not really oven safe. And we want to just score a little line around like a frame, not cutting all the way through, but just kind of making an indentation into that puff pastry. And we'll use a fork to dock the dough, and that helps to keep it from puffing up too much while it's baking. So poke some little holes in your dough, and then we're going to get our cheese, herb, garlic spread. This one is Alouette. It spreads a little bit better than Boursin cheese, and you can spread that in a thin layer on top of that puff pastry. And then we are going to slice up some zucchini, and this time I'm going to use a mandolin to slice it because I want these slices to be super thin and super easy. Use that guard and slice our cucumbers up, and then we're going to do the same process of salting those cucumbers. After about 30 minutes, those zucchini slices will start to release moisture, and you can just pat it dry and then begin to assemble your tart by layering those zucchini slices over the Alouette cheese and a little fresh black pepper before it goes into a hot air fryer oven. And I mean, how simple was that? So easy. And look how crispy the crust is and so darn tasty. But we're not quite finished. Not quite finished yet. We're going to grab some Parmesan cheese and get our microplane and finely shave some Parmesan over the top of this zucchini and cheese tart. I mean, you can serve this for an appetizer for a party. You can serve it for dinner, a nice salad with lunch. It is so tasty. One of my favorite super easy things to make. Listen to that crunch and crisp on that crust and cooked all the way through. Refresh those stale crackers because you bought a huge box at Costco and you couldn't get through it all before they got sort of soft and wimpy. But no, pop them into the air fryer at 300 degrees for just the 3 to 5 minutes. Look how crisp and fresh they are. Bacon, a quick, no mess way to cook your bacon. This is thick cut bacon, so you'll have to adjust the time and temperature if you're using thin bacon, but the air fryer contains all that hot popping bacon grease. So you keep it in the air fryer and not splattered all over your counter. Again, I love this Tabitha Brown air fryer because you can peek inside without opening the drawer and see the progress of your food. This is the perfect amount of bacon for 1 or 2 people, and you will please any New Yorker if you make them a bacon, egg, and cheese with this perfectly cooked, crispy bacon. And you don't have to turn it. You don't have to flip it. Nothing. That air circulates and gets your bacon perfectly nice and crisp, and all the fat drips to the bottom through those grates, those crisper grates. And now your bacon, egg, and cheese is ready to go. You can even pop your bun in there and toast that up a little bit and get your breakfast going. Well, what did you think about that, sweeties? I hope you got some fun and interesting ideas on how to use your air fryer, whether you have the traditional drawer style, an air fryer oven, or some kind of combination of both. I think we can have some fun in the kitchen with these tools. Let me know in the comments if you have any air fryer hacks that you'd like to share with us. Please subscribe to Sweet Savant. Hit that thumbs up, that notification bell, and y'all have a delicious day.